Hello Pisces, how are y'all doing? So we are already in the month of December. How crazy is that? So this is for all you Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus Pisceans out there. This is your monthly tarot reading for the month of December 2024. I also say if you come across this video at a different time, you know, this isn't time specific, even though I say the reading, you know, really it is for December 2024. But if you find this video after the fact and you are drawn to the title or just drawn to this video, definitely it will apply to you. There's a message here. I believe that we're always kind of brought to messages and information that our soul needs at that point in time. So take it whenever you listen to this. And this is for the collective of Pisceans out there. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. All right. So last month of 2024. And this is kind of a culmination, a wrapping up of a long cycle. Part of the cycle started way back in 2008. And that is because Pluto moved into Capricorn in 2020. I can't talk right now. In 2008, that when Pluto moves signs, it is a huge impact. It's a big kind of shift. So those 15 years till now, big kind of path journey that is closing up. So anything that this last 15 years kind of meant for you, the lessons, the things you had to go through, the karmic, whatever it was, they are closing up now and you're starting a new chapter. So to me, that signifies a lot of positivity, a lot of relief, especially for you cardinal signs. Let me see if I remember them all. So obviously Capricorn, Libra, I think Aries, Libra, Capricorn, Aries, and there's one more. Sorry, I can't remember right now. But the cardinal signs, so you should, if you look up cardinal signs, it's been a very karmic period the last 15 years for you guys. So you guys have probably been through it. I do feel like in general, we've all been through it. Pluto and Capricorn are kind of opposites, and they create a lot of conflict. There's a lot of like tug of war there, because their sole purpose, their true selves, are obviously trying to get different things that are, again, completely different, that create dynamics. Pluto, which rules Scorpio, is kind of about transformation, and it wants change, and it wants change for the positive. But a lot of times, you know, change can mean different things. And Pluto's really blowing up anything that doesn't work. And it really goes against the traditional ways, the structures, because a lot of those structures, especially in this reality on Earth, are really based on things from the past that are around control and power and fear. And Pluto's like, hey, is always looking at, hey, what are the things that aren't working, that aren't aligned with our highest and best good? And then Capricorn is there saying, well, I don't like change. Capricorn doesn't like change. Capricorn likes tradition. It likes structures. It likes organizations. It likes things to have rules and regulations because it feels safe. So I talk about it. I've talked about that at length, but I just wanted to bring that up for you Pisceans. And we're shifting out of that. So for December, let's take a look and see, because Pluto moved out of Aquarius last month on the 19th. So now you're really going to be in the new Aquarian energy. So let's see how this affects you this month. Okay, so let's pull a couple oracle cards just to get kind of some general themes for the month. Just calling out there, if you are interested in a private reading, you can schedule via my website, which is below in the description. You can always, book a session too as a gift for someone else, since we are in the holiday season. Also, just because, again, thinking of gifts and such, I make handmade kind of gemstone jewelry with crystals, and I have an Etsy shop, so go take a look at that as well if you're so inclined. The link is below. Take a look at what I have out there. I do have other stuff that I haven't posted yet, but if you're looking for a specific stone, you can reach out on Etsy and ask me, and if I do, I can let you know. I obviously don't have every stone, but I do have a good amount more than what's out there. But, stones, as you can see, I put them in my readings or my videos and such. Stones are made in the earth, and they are kind of coded energetically, and they have different metaphysical properties that support us with physical healing, or just in general physical alignment, harmony, addressing illnesses or imbalances, emotional, just overall, lots of properties that support us. And you can take a look at what the different properties are for each stone and pick ones that really align with you and support whatever you're going through at the moment. I have a ton, and so especially with jewelry, I love it because it's touching your skin, and it's really, connecting with you all day long. So whether it's, obviously rubies, diamonds, they're all gemstones. Some are more expensive, but I really love the stretchy bracelets, or bracelets in general, or necklaces or things like that, because they're easy to just say, okay, I usually get up in the morning and kind of pick my bracelets around what do I need for that day. Especially if I'm doing videos, I wear certain stones that promote, communication, clear communication, help with just anything. If I feel like I need protection, or just like am feeling emotional, you can pick stones that really help promote emotional support and harmony. So wanted to get that out there. Hopefully the lighting's okay. The sun's starting to go down. I wanted to get this video out before then, but doesn't look like it. But we're gonna go with the moodiness of dusk right now. So let's get going, Pisces. What's coming out here? So we have wonders. And look at that. Is that a sign? It's the crystal. I guess there is a reason I really had to talk about that for you guys. So wonders, love, and thriving. Again, one message: if you're going through a love situation, or feeling like you need some support in regards to love or a certain relationship, I do feel like certain crystals are going to help support you during this time. So again, what I just said, take a look at what different crystals can help you right now. I feel like in regards to relationship and love, there's something about approaching it in a new way with curiosity. That wonders almost is like, reminds me, or is similar to this curiosity, like having wonder and interest and curiosity and looking at the person in a new way and approaching it in a new way, being curious about who they are and why they do the things they do, instead of just, if you've been in a relationship for a long time, sometimes that can go stagnant. But that curiosity piece is key to always keeping it fresh and kind of, again, keeping that love alive. I do feel like in December, relationships are going to kind of shift and be thriving. If you haven't seen that in a while, I do feel like things are going to shift, and there's this new, thriving energy in regards to love. Maybe you're seeing things differently this month and shifting your perspective, which I like. And there's also, for some of you, there's a message around love, that love, we should thrive in love, right? When we're in a relationship, we should really thrive and feel that the relationship is adding happiness and joy and peace and all the abundance to our life. And even though, relationships aren't perfect, and we have to, we have to see a relationship as a growth opportunity and a training opportunity at all times. And that's why we have to stay curious, especially with things that are kind of coming up within us, whether it's triggers or resistance. There's also the, like, being curious about ourselves and why we feel the way we do. Especially when it comes to resistance to love, or if there always seems to be roadblocks or just like a wall up that you just can't seem to pass. And this could be a shift too. We'll take a look with the tarot cards, but now with Pluto and Aquarius, things are going to become easier. They're going to flow, but also we need to start shifting our perspective in a way of, it's not just about you or me, and what I get. It's about the collective, the group, or the both. When we think of relationships, about both of us in our life. When we look at a higher view of our life, that's very Aquarian. Of, when we look at a higher perspective, are we thriving? Is all areas of our life, and again, we go through seasons. But I feel like the shift is really, you're on this like motivation, this passion to say, I want to thrive. I'm tired of not thriving. So if there is situations or relationships where you're not thriving, I do feel like you're going to take a new approach. So let's take a look and get some more information. And I have some new Christmas kind of winter cards that I got, and I just love them. And they're from Serious Tarot Company. So I just want to give a shout out to them. They're on Etsy. So we have the Hierophant card. And I think, all right, I'm back here. Sorry, it was too dark, so I'm adding some more lighting here. It's getting to be a little difficult because now the sun is literally setting basically at 5 right now here where I'm at. It's like 5 o'clock p.m. So the sun sets, and that's like usually the time I do my readings is after work during the week. And now that the sun's going down, it's hard to catch the sunlight. So I'm having to use kind of lights, which I do not like, but it's what we got to do. We're moving into winter here. So the Hierophant. So here's about this, like I just said, is referring, the Hierophant refers to like the old structures, the old rules around relationship, about how it should look. Being too stuck in certain patterns and things like that as well. The Six of Wands, I like that. So really this month, again, it's about thriving. And the Six of Wands reminds me of like thriving. This is about like you've been through a battle, you've been through a difficult time, but you're coming out on the other side of it feeling excited. You've put some effort into this, and I feel like you're feeling excited and kind of celebrating that you're overcoming some very stuck things for a while. For some of you, this could be like a renewal of a commitment, deepening of a commitment, and kind of celebrating that as well. So it could go either way. But here with the devil, I feel like this is karmic. So you've been through some really deep karmic stuff when it comes, especially around commitment. Some of you could have difficulty with commitment or finding someone who's really able and willing to commit at the same level you are. King of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and then the Knight of Cups. So like this is, you know, we have Page and Knights, but then we have one King here. And I feel like there's this level of a little bit of immaturity. It's almost like someone who's not that experienced with relationship, so they don't necessarily know how to work through maybe conflict or just work through relationship. This type of person would think of themselves more and only be focusing on their needs and desires rather than really that growth and kind of relational, like emotional maturity is key here. And I almost feel like with the King of Pentacles, this is like a real focus more on money and like work, and like this person, if this is a specific person you're connected to, I feel like they're more mature when it comes to money and like their work and like kind of the logistics of life, right? The King of Pentacles represents the physical world. Someone who's kind of got their shit together when it comes to that piece, but they could be more not that mature or, again, seasoned, emotionally mature when it comes to matters of the heart or relationships. It's like they want a relationship, but you know, there could be some there could be a message that comes in as well in regards to love and wanting to reignite. You know, that's where this reignition of love might need to happen, and shifting out of fear when it comes to love. And there's again this like karmic cycle. And it's like this overcoming of our families, our religions, our past, with the Hierophant and the Six of Wands as well. There's a need to overcome the very karmic nature of the things that we were ingrained with, the experiences we had as a child, and the impact it's had on our relationships. So let's keep going. The Emperor, Seven of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles. So this could be you or another person, but someone's been very stubborn about holding on to something. It's almost like they're just like, we're gonna make this work no matter what. And they're just like in a good way. They have like their, you know, knees or their heels in. They're like, you know, to me, this is referencing probably a relationship that has been going on a long time, or a connection you've had for a long time with the Seven of Pentacles. It's like, I put a lot of time and investment in this, and I'm not just going to walk away. Like, I'm going to stick in this like tooth and nail. But it's almost like the Four of Pentacles is like you're starting to waver and be like, you know, it just no matter what you do, there's some sort of imbalance here. It's not producing. This is like it's not producing what, as far as what you've put into it. You've put so much, let's say for example, like you put so much money in invest, let's say in a new business, and it's like, I've put all this money in and it has to be successful, but you're at a point where you're like, you're constantly just, you are spending more money than you're getting in. But I feel like this is like in regards to a relationship, like the amount of time and effort and money and emotions that you've put into this are just not paying off. And you're kind of really at a point where you're just, what do you do? Because I feel like you were in the past really like dead set on this is going to work no matter what. And I feel like this is probably you, because the Emperor here, I feel like you also have always taken the lead in this relationship to kind of take care of everything. You've kind of are the leader to like rule, in a sense, taking care of everything. So let's keep going. The Hermit. Two of Swords. Yeah, there's that stuck energy of like, we're not moving. We're not progressing forward. We're not growing. We're not thriving. Okay. The Two of Swords is really a card about not thriving. You've kind of been stuck. And there's this block. And it's almost like a block of like, we're not advancing. You know, we're not moving forward. We've been kind of stuck in a place, and it's like, you know, you were fine being in that one place for a long time, and just kind of waiting to see like, when are we going to take the next step to kind of move forward or have some change. But, you know, the Hermit too is kind of about this quiet solitude. It's like you've been kind of in, maybe you haven't done a lot of communicating about all of this, kind of these dynamics and these feelings, but you're kind of been really internalizing this and kind of figuring it out within yourself, kind of feeling your feels, but not, again, there's this, with the Hermit, it's like you're not outwardly expressing them. Yeah, there's the Five of Swords. You know, either this could be both of you. There is this like manipulation going on. Someone's definitely always trying to be in control and to have their way. But I do feel like there's kind of this depression energy. And unfortunately, like someone like this with the Four of Pentacles and the Five of Swords, you know, they have these beliefs about life and themselves that are just keep them stuck. And they kind of have this poor me attitude. Some of you could be with someone that has this like always poor me, and there's never enough, and always focusing on what they don't have and what's the negative. And, you know, that creates this like, just to me, a toxic environment with the Five of Swords. And there's always this manipulation of, maybe you always feel bad for this person, so you're always doing the most. You're always investing more and more to try and, you know, get them out of this space, but that's not your job. And I think the thing with the Two of Swords is, you're never going to get them out of that, because they need to get themselves out of that. And I almost feel in the dynamic that you guys have, it almost keeps the pattern going, because this is the devil here is underneath. So this is karmic. And sometimes, you know, even though we don't want to grieve or face the reality of, in certain dynamics, there's some sort of karmic connection that like the two of you together and the energy of that combination, you're never going to expand out of a certain dynamic. It's always going to be that dynamic. And I feel like that's what this situation is a relationship that it's like, try as you might, right? I'm going to keep putting more time. I'm going to keep putting in more money and effort. I'm going to keep trying to get them to see and change. But like, look at this. This person is like, has their back to you. Both of these cards, they're not looking because they're always going to be focused on something else. And there's a lot of hooded figures here. So there's hooded figures that are hiding. It's like they're hiding their true selves. They're hiding their traumas. They're in denial. So yeah, the moon. There's a lot of deep stuff going on here. There's a lot of emotional, I almost feel like turmoil. And a lot of emotions with the Hermit. That means there's a lot of emotions around this that aren't being expressed. You're not communicating this. You're keeping them hidden. And you're trying to come off as a strong, you know, it's like an image. Like you're trying to put out there that I'm the emperor. But deep down, there's a lot of deep emotional heaviness and maybe sadness about the situation. And look at that Death card. So we got some big stuff coming here. Ace of Pentacles. And I'm just going to get Nine of Pentacles, Judgment, Two of Wands, Strength. Woo, Lovers. Okay. Look at this. This is crazy. Okay, I had to pull the cards. So now that we're in Aquarius, the age of Aquarius, we're also moving out of Scorpio season, or we have moved out of Scorpio season. But that shift from Capricorn to Aquarius, it's almost like we have to shed the old skin. We have to transform. There has to be a change here, and it's a big change, right? And the change needs to go deep. It needs to really come from the depths of our truth, our feelings, and there could have to be an ending here. It's like there has to be an ending for you to have your new beginning, for you to finally go down the path that you're meant to be. Let's see for Death. What's this Death card? Yeah, Six of Pentacles. Something's really imbalanced here. And there's a real big imbalance in regards to give and take in regards to this relationship. Definitely this I feel like the Emperor and the Seven of Pentacles. It's like someone is definitely taking care of things, giving more than the other. And I do feel like there's a communication coming here with the Eight of Wands. You finally need to like purge the emotions and address the imbalance here. But I feel like the only way potentially is going to be an ending. I just feel like if you stay in this, you're just going to be stuck in the loop. I don't feel like this person is going to change. And it has to do with this person. The only way this person is going to change if they're on their own. They need to go on like a it's almost like a self journey here, like a pilgrimage. That's what I'm getting. This person has to go on their own pilgrimage to really be able to change. As long as they're in this dynamic, it's almost like you'll always enable. Like you don't know how to not enable them. Like you don't know how to put your foot down to this person and demand that they change, or that you're not like boundaries. But I also feel like in your dynamic, this person, it's one of those people that when you put the boundaries down, they're just always going to disrespect it. They're never going to like adhere to the boundaries, because that's just unfortunately the karmic dynamic between the two of you. But there is a new beginning here, and I feel like it is a new beginning on your own. The Nine of Pentacles can refer to being single. It's almost like the Judgment card. You have both cards of making a big decision here. And I feel like the universe finally, you're at a crossroads, and it's like do or die. Like, what path are you going to go down here? And I do feel like you make a decision. It's going to be a really healing decision for you with the Four of Swords. And the Nine of Cups means that you're going towards your wish, your wants. You're finally looking at what your desires and needs are. And you're going to go down the path that's going to bring those to you finally. And then with the Strength card, you know, this may be scary for you to go down a new path by yourself, but I do feel like the Strength card, like you are going to really overcome this situation. And I almost feel like it's not going to take long for you to realize, like once you like leave this and go down a new path, like it's going to be really quick that you're going to be like, oh my God, like this is so much better. I feel so much relief and healing and like new invigoration and passion. And then too, like I feel like a new love is coming in, one that's a lot more balanced. And this relationship is going to bring out the best in you. Where I feel like this relationship doesn't bring out it actually brings out your karmic patterns, your karmic habits. So let's because I really feel like this isn't for you, for you Pisces out there that have a relationship that you've been in a long time. And it's kind of just reaching the end of the road because there's nowhere else to go. And that Aquarian energy is just like, we need you somewhere else. We need you to expand. We need to bring more into your life. And it's like you can't bring more into your life with all this karmic energy. So let's get a couple cards around this person. I just want to see what's going on with this person. Yeah, they're stuck. They could have gone through they're really holding in a lot of grief and sadness and almost like they could be depressed. 8 of Cups, the Fool. Yeah, this is referring to like you. I mean, both of these cards, 8 of Cups, Fool, is about you walking away. You're ready to kind of let go of this, and like you're taking a big leap of faith by this too. But you're meant to go down a new, I mean, this is the new cycle for you, the Fool. This is the new path. Like you've gone through, you know, the Ace to the 10. You've gone through all the major arcana, and it's like, okay, you got everything you needed from this. And this person is really going to stay stuck, I feel, in their, I mean, this is about trauma that they're just wallowing in a bit. Yeah, 10 of Swords. Yeah. I mean, they're really hurting. There's been a lot of trauma here. And I feel like you've been trying to take care of them. Like you see them in this kind of grief and this depressive energy. But it's almost like you're trying to save them. You're trying to pull them out of this. And for a lot of you, it's almost like you feel like it's like your obligation now because you've been together so long and you're taking care of them. But it's, you know, the truth is you're not obligated to anybody. And especially in a toxic situation where they just take and take. And I call these people, I like to call them Death Eaters, like in Harry Potter. Like they just continue to suck your energy, everything, your money, your vitality, your happiness. And it's like, no matter how much they take, it never really fills them up because they're kind of an empty vessel here. So I do feel like this is, you know, December's about you deciding to thrive. And what does that mean for you? And it's really going to be, I do feel like maybe you wait till the new year, but there is a judgment day coming for you. And it's like, you need to make a decision. And I do feel like it's indicating like the best thing for you is to walk away from this. Because there's kind of, again, there's like a door that you need to go down, but I don't think they can come with you. Okay. Well, Pisces, this was pretty deep, pretty big stuff here. This was a very specific message, I feel, for certain, you know, certain people out there. So I will leave that with you. You take care, Pisces. If you like the video, hit that like button. Join this the Lyran Soul Tribe by subscribing. Stay connected. I like to think that all of us together are putting good energy out there for each of us, and whether you're just watching videos, I think our intentions fuel each other, and hopefully we're, instead of being Death Eaters, you know, we're actually, I feel like if you're watching this channel, you're expanding on your spiritual path, and it's about learning how we fuel ourselves so that we can fill others. But we have to fill ourselves first. And if we're stuck in situations that just kind of, again, suck us dry, we don't have the energy to fill out, which is also the key to our spiritual expansion, our abundance, our happiness. So take care, Pisces. Have a good holiday or holidays, however you celebrate, and I'll see you in the next reading.